Hey guys, Joel here, and I'm going to bring you another unboxing of this game, My Little Scythe. This is a Stonemaier game. The designer is Hobie Chow or Chew, and with his daughter Verona Chow or Chew. So this is also got Autonomous Factory, which is basically Sono Play. This is an interesting ball game because when Scythe came out, or Scythe, however you want to say it, a father liked it so much and his daughter wanted to play that he thought he needed to tame it down a bit and give it its own kind of unique stance that she will like. And so she turned it into a well-known cartoon that people liked, that involved a lot of ponies and they're magical and friendship happens a lot, and it was a big instant hit on the internet. And then so Jamie Stonemaier thought that he will then publish that said game for children and families, but they've given it their own little twist. It's My Little Scythe or Scythe, and it is ages 8+, 45 minutes to play, and 1 to 6 players, which is great. Here's the back of the box, and it looks like we're getting some very nice miniatures. So I'd just like to thank Meeple's Corner for providing the copy of this game. Now the box is a matte finish. It's actually quite nice. Yeah, not the linen feeling. It will probably get marked quite a lot, but I do love the illustration on this. It really gives a kind of child-friendly, family, like Saturday morning cartoon feel back in the 80s and the 90s that I remember so much. So we have a little diagram, looks like how you pack this away, which is quite nice and quite interesting. Got the rules. We got the autonomous, so how to play it solo. Advanced achievement sheet. This was also in the original Scythe game. Painting guide. Oh, this is brilliant. Not normally do you get painting guides with miniature games. It's usually kind of having to take like details from illustrations throughout rule books or cards and kind of haphazardly guess what you need to do. But that's brilliant that they've provided a painting guide for this. So that's what we got each sheet, which looks interesting, looks very simple. I've got the board, I'll get that out in a minute. So we've got pop-out sheet 1 with, looks like the colours, the friendship markers, the pie markers. These look like to be extra. I'm haphazardly guessing here. Oh, sorry. It looks like these are pop out, and then you can change your abilities in the game as you upgrade. That's quite interesting. That's quite cool, and of course they pop out very well. So some more upgrade boards, and we've got these tiles, which I don't really know. Quest tokens. So kind of like what was in the original Scythe. That's quite interesting. More tokens, victory tokens. These are probably to help you. Oh, base camps. So it's all labelled quite nicely. Trophies. So you put these down where you start. Pie dials. So we're going to have to make up some pie dials to see how well we start. And there's a starting setup tile. Ah, interesting. And down here, there's more stuff. Oh, so they got a lovely tray made by, don't know if you can see that. No, that doesn't help. Game trays. And it's embellished on the top. Let's look at these miniatures. Lovely detail. Lovely miniatures, actually. Very impressed. Very nice. A piggy or wild boar. So nice, so solid. Actually looking forward to actually cracking open my paints and doing these. I'm gonna have to. Very nice. So that's one tray, and it's all moulded. There is a couple of spaces. So, is there going to be an expansion? We've got apples. These are lovely. These are acrylic. They're lovely, actually. Really shiny. Really stand out. Little place for them there. In that bit. Again, another. These are for the dials. We've got player pawns. I think these are used for action things. They're standard pawns, but they're solid. They're not the hollow ones you normally get. They're actually quite nice. Just standard pawns. Dice. These are nice. Look at these. These are engraved, kind of, not engraved, they're formed, but they're indented and coloured. They're really nice. Red's a little bit difficult to see on here against the other red, but hey ho. And then we've got gems, which are kind of the standard gems, but they're actually very nice, very big, very nice. So they can go in that. So we got, looks like we got automata cards. Okay, so we've got different ones. So these must be kind of goals that you got to do, and then we got the automata cards here, which basically you probably draw up on your turn, and that's the action for the people. So we've got different backs. So these are the quest cards, a bit like the original Scythe, where they had 3 choices to make. Again, same thing here. Have a good close up. I'm going to go back to this one. So I found the apples. Help with apples. So place 2 cards on a space occupied by another player. Gain 2 friendships and 1 pie. Or cook their apples. Gain 3 pies. Lose 2 friendship. Or no thanks. Gain 1 apple for visiting. Return this quest face down to the bottom of the quest deck. Interesting. And then these, I'm not sure what these ones are yet. These are probably, yeah. So instead of fighting, we have pie fighting. And these are the pie fighting cards, a bit like the old Scythe. And the cards are lovely quality as normal. They're linen finished. They're nice and thick. Nice to shuffle. So I'm wondering how this is going to play out better than the original Scythe for me. As I said, I found it okay. I just found it a bit too intuitive that someone's picking a fight with you, they're going to win because they know the details. Oh look, there's a space for the dice, just realised. Lovely little space, lovely little boxes. So I'm going to now put this together and read out the rules and see what happens. So that. Alright, so I forgot that I was going to show you the board after I finished with it. And it's a pretty big board. It's probably the same size of the Scythe board. Like, show you down here. So you've got like portal gates, which were the tunnels before. There's no rivers in this as Scythe had. So it's kind of a bit more freeloading, and there's a little bit more going on. Or also there's a kingdom thing, kind of like where the factory was in the original. But we got the friendship track up here. We got the battle cards here. Questing cards here. The pie power here. And then what you did to earn your trophies, top bit up there. So there's 8 ways of putting out your trophies, so that's pretty cool. The board's really nice, not as busy as the Scythe board. It's probably just enough not to intimidate people that just want to play a simple game. And then while I was doing that, I fold this up. I've actually punched everything out, and this is a bit difficult to put in because it's not how it says in the book. I don't know where the startup tile goes. That's a bit weird. Yeah, I don't know where the startup tile goes, so I'm kind of putting it there for a minute. So everything's got its own little place, nice and done. And the autonomous cards actually go at the bottom there. And then these sit over the top, which is really nice. Nice little design. There's extra space here. As I said before, there's actually space where they've got expansions come in. So we've already got expansions in the plan. This goes on top like that, I believe. Don't think there is another tray here. No. You get this, doesn't really help you, but I'm struggling how to fit these in. But there is a couple of spaces, as you can see, and I was right, for expansions in the future. Go in here. Hold these down extra. It's not sitting flat here. I do believe it's that. I'll take that out. I do believe that is wrong. I don't like the way that sits. There's a little design flaw in it. So it's telling you it should be like that. But on my box, it doesn't fit in the game tray like that. Unless I'm doing something completely wrong and being silly, but the best way I can find is they sit like that properly. But then it means this isn't sitting properly. Cards. Now we have an unboxing of my little Scythe and putting it together from Devon Dice. I've been Wright, and see you next time.